Okay, so here we have the CoreCon mobile app about to be rebranded as Sage Construction Management. When you open the app and you log in, you come into your home screen. This is similar to the desktop version. You'll have access to your alerts. You'll be able to take a look at those by clicking on the numbers, and we'll see that we can go down and get the details. Here's an alert from that was created to tell subcontractors that their bills were due. We also have the overdue alerts or today's alerts. I have a lot of expiring COI, certificates of insurance. As you can see, it'll give you that detail, who's expired, what date did expire, so that I have that information. If there were general to-dos or project to-dos, they would show in these columns also. If the clock in, clock out feature is turned on, the employee can clock in to the project, select his or her cost code, and clock in. That will begin the process and track the hours and minutes of the day. If we're not going to use that feature and you want to have a foreman record time cards, he can record them for employees, for his crew. Toggle down and find the employee or type in the employee's name and pick a project so that we can cost code it right to the project. If there were a change order involved, we could tag that as well. We're going to go then select our appropriate labor code. If he was a carpenter, get his regular time recorded and how many hours. You can also track mileage and enter any comments. If we wanted to enter another hour, say for whatever reason he was on a different cost code, we can move him for the remainder of the day an additional 4 hours on another cost code. And if there was overtime, of course, you could go and enter yet another entry. You'll see here the time cards. You can always go back and click on them. There is some approval capabilities and locking capabilities and edit capabilities. If the employee wasn't there for the full 8 hours, you need to adjust it 7.5. The pencil, just like in the desktop, will open up the edit screen so you can edit the data. We can do the same thing with equipment. If we're self-performing work and we want to send equipment out to the project and track it, we can do so. We'll tag the cost code and we'll report the hours. We used it for 6 hours that day, and it was on site for a full 8 hours, so we had 2 hours of idle time. If it goes down or needs a repair or breaks on you, you can track the downtime. You can add comments here and report the equipment as a time card. It'll be the equipment resource. We can also turn in our expenses from the mobile app. We take a photo of the receipt, capture that, attach it to this record. It's going to be job costed right to the project that we're working on. Again, the data that can pre-fill, and that you're reimbursing. If it's an employee, I paid cash for it, you're going to reimburse me. Maybe it's fuel. I went and got some diesel fuel for one of the pieces of equipment. You can use the job cost description here, or you can type in whatever you'd like to type in here. If there's some additional information needed, you have that text box. to type in things. It'll get costed out to the appropriate cost code, and then you'll select the resource. Is it fuel for a piece of equipment, and that's how you want it recorded? We can do that. It'll tell you that the record's been created, it's uploading, and the process that goes along with that. If you have the approvals, that it needs an approval, it'll be here as a pending transaction until it gets approved. The other thing that can be done right from this screen is your daily log. You can take a look at daily logs already done. You'll see the time and weather comes in. You can report manpower, deliveries of the material and any visitors. You can actually create it as well. There's a note section here. You can put in anything that's not under the activities that you would want to have included in that. And then you can go on to taking photos that will be incorporated into this log, or pull an image from your phone already. Go to the next step, and then we have all of our activities that we can add them manually or import them depending on what they are. When we get to the site, weather, it's going to pull that in. You're just going to have to report the time and select whatever conditions you feel you want to have here. Then with the manpower, when we looked at that, we can go and pull your sub, pull up the correct sub, and if you want to define what type of labor they had, you can. It's not mandatory, but then if you tell them there were 2 men on site for 8 hours, any comments, you can add another entry, pick another sub, report all your subcontractors, and that will record all of the trade information. You also can add the equipment to the daily log and your deliveries. Here you can import them from a PO. If we had a PO here and we ordered one and it was delivered, it'll record that and track that. Or you can freeform a manual delivery if it's something that a purchase order hasn't been issued for. Track all of our visitors. If the architect came on site, you can pull him from the directory or the owner and toggle on who your visitors were. It's going to pull them into the daily log. You can also add manually a visitor if it was somebody unexpected that is not in the project directory. You'll see all the details, any notes, linked files, all of that will become part of the daily log. When we get into the actual project, whether it's a lead, you can see all the areas where you can pull up documentation on a lead if that's the area you're working in. If you're just working within the projects, you'll be able to pull up any and all of this information. Your subcontractors that have been issued on the project, whether it's been a pending subcontractor, if it's approved, then we can follow through all of the dollars and cents of the subcontract and the details behind that. Here's your alerts coming in again, the actual scope of work, inclusions, exclusions, clarifications, and then retention. All the information that was available on the desktop is really nicely organized here for your field personnel to grab and have what they need at their fingertips. Same thing on the invoice side. If it's gone through the portal, you'll have all the invoicing details, any retention, and the status of that invoice. Has it been approved? Your contacts, and if for any reason they link something to their invoice. All the areas of correspondence will be here. Submittals, you can go back and look at previous submittals, all the items that were included in that submittal, and respondents and the collaboration involved within that submittal. The RFIs work a similar way. As the submittals, you'll have RFIs here. You can go back and look at them. Same type of data as on the desktop. Respondents, financial and schedule impacts. You can edit them. You can create your new ones. Again, you have the photos and file capabilities. Pre-fill everything it can. You'll include a subject. Get your other data as to who's coordinating this and who are you expecting to respond. Who's on the project directory that you need to have take care of this, and a due date, and then whatever your request is, you can type that in, and you will have created your RFI right from your mobile app. Whether you're using a phone or an iPad, a lot of the things might work, be a little bigger within the application if you were to use an iPad, such as the drawings. Here you'll see all the drawings we did upload. They open up in the PDF. If we had it on an iPad, here you can get, you can get a quick look at things, but if we're on an iPad and you wanted to annotate it, you would have a larger field to do that. This could print them though, if you needed to print one out quickly. Same thing with the specs. If you needed to get into a specs section, take a look at the specs, or if they're broken out into multiple documents, you can go in here and grab or confirm the information that you think. Go through, find the correct page and topic, and review what's in those specs. Any addendas that would be in here, that type of document, you could access that also. You'll be able to see the photos in the different albums that have been created, just as you can on the desktop. The project directory, all of their information, who's on your project. Here's your alerts again, their phone numbers. If you open them up, you'll get the address, all of the contacts, and then you'll see this information regarding all the insurance or licenses that we have tracked throughout this vendor's history. Checklists, if you use checklists and punch lists, you'll be able to either create them or review them. Here you'll see our existing punch list items. We can go and add new ones. Same process, taking photos, adding images, going to the next thing, next screen, and then adding date information, and then what is the problem, what needs to go on the punch list, that description, and who's responsible for it. And who is the contact at that company, and when is this punch list item resolution due. So we can add punch list items and continue to build that punch list right from the application. So as you can see, all of the things that are necessary to work in the field are available in this mobile app. You'll also have the prime contract with that detail and data as it is on the desktop version. You'll have access to invoices, whether they're your company's invoices to the prime or to the GC or to the owner that you're working for, as well as your subcontractor invoices. If you use any other checklists and your meetings, whether they're safety meetings or coordination meetings, you'll have that access as well. You'll see a safety meeting history or a regular coordination meeting history. Again, you can open them up. You'll be able to see the data about that, who attended, and again, any linked files, etc. Permits, other inspections, just like in the desktop, they are available here to either add on the fly with or edit or just review. Very clean layout to this mobile app with a lot of functionality. All the change order requests are all listed here as well, whether they're pending or approved. They're under the change proposals. And of course, you can also get to them under the change order section. Like I mentioned before, the actual prime invoices, you'll see that data, an approved invoice, retention, different line items that were billed. You can go back and double check things, refresh your memory. All of the documentation. The schedule's also here, again with a look ahead filter, 1 week, 2 week, or a month. This would be nice on the iPad as well, for you to be able to look at the schedule. You can do a quick check here, see your resources and your dates and things, but much better on a larger tablet. There is the search feature to search for some things. If you're trying to find something, it will run through a search and it'll pull up what it can find. Here we had a safety meeting. Yes, we did do it. And we went over those OSHA regs on safety incidents. And you'll be able to see the different information on the mobile app. So as you can see, this is a great application, great tool for your field people, maneuverability, flexibility. It's really a great addition to the construction management application. Thank you.